Welcome into the DLLS Mavs studio. We are here for musical chairs today. It's a little switch up, but we think you are going to enjoy it. We're going to be talking about Cooper Flagg and the first round pick in the NBA draft. This is all coming up on the DLLS Mavs podcast. What is up, DLLS Mavs Nation? It's your girl, Abby Jones. I think I sounded like Kevin Gray. I'm going to have to get his stamp of approval.
No, not nearly loud enough.
Should I scream?
You have to bring up the volume if you want KG.
All right, well, I am here. We've got Owen, Newkirk Stars expert, Clarence Hill, Dallas Cowboys expert, and then Jeff Wilson, Texas Rangers expert. So we are going to be having fun here today on the show. It's musical chairs. We've got the Cowboys crew exiting their studio today. Guys, how'd the show go?
Doodle Queen.
Oh, Lord. All right.
Doodle Queen.
Expect a unique show with Clarence Hill joining us.
He's going to hear that for a long time.
Oh, he's going to hear. We're going to do a show. Ben is going to do a song.
You need to talk to our former Stars producer, John.
Okay.
And you need to start putting Jesse's new name on the graphic when you introduce the show.
Yes. Doodle Queen.
Oh, and you could use Outcast.
Yes.
Put a little music bed behind it. Oh, we got an intro for Jesse Holly.
We got a new Jesse Holly intro.
I got that reference.
Doodle Queen.
But I got it.
Kevin Gray, did you hear my intro? No. I was not indeed.
Boy, I can hear Kevin cleanly from across the studio.
That was his normal voice.
All right, well, we're going to be having fun. Submit questions in the chat. We'll try to give our best go at it. Or if you have questions for the other teams that are represented here, it's a little piece of the DFW area. So, guys, Cooper Flagg was in Dallas yesterday. Word on the street is there was a dinner. Anybody?
So I just, it's kind of unique, taking an 18-year-old out to dinner for like this professional business meeting, talking about this long-term future. So I'm sure he can eat off the adult menu, but he can't have any cocktails.
And he's not getting mac and cheese or
maybe they look the other way. I don't know.
Did he bring his dad?
I'm guessing.
Who's paying?
And we learned a long time ago with Johnny Manziel when he went to the bar after the Cotton Bowl and drank with his dad. If your dad is there and improved, an 18-year-old can drink.
But
really, if your parents,
I wouldn't drink in front of my future employer.
I'm just saying, he said he can't have a cocktail. He said if his dad is there, he can drink.
Yeah, I guess. But
does that sound legal to you in public?
Yeah. I mean, if you're meeting with the team, do you want to
people
get
could
lit
see
up
Jesse
as an
Holly,
18-year-old?
who's leaving because he does not need to put up with this today.
Doodle Queen.
I'm just guessing that you're not taking legal advice from Pop Pop.
Listen, this is not legal advice. Listen.
They just said don't take any advice from Pop Pop.
Listen, this is Texas. This right to bear arms, the right to drink in front of your parents. Okay,
all right.
If your parents condone it, I'm serious.
Is that a state law?
I think so.
Okay.
No, real talk. Because
I'm not taking. I think so. Clarence said it to the judge, though.
Google it. We don't have to argue about anything. Johnny Manziel drinking with his parents at a bar in Dallas.
With a law degree.
It is okay. But the best thing about this is who doesn't like the name Cooper?
This is according to Google. In Texas, minors, those under 21, can legally consume alcohol in the visible presence of their parent, legal guardian, or spouse.
Wow.
Exactly.
We learned something.
The most trusted.
Why is
the
that
most
law?
trusted. You can drink with your parents. I told you that junk. Don't play me. I need my drink.
I believe we've officially entered Club Pop.
I need my drugs, baby.
Kevin, you can have your seat back.
There's Kavanaugh.
But what about?
I don't have to make stuff up.
But can you do it in a restaurant?
I'm surprised that in public Because I
Yes,
could
that's
understand
a
restaurant. It's
privacy
public.
of your own home, in your own backyard.
But that's why they specify public, because you can do it in public places like a restaurant with your parents.
We're learning things right now.
But I learned that rule because Johnny Manziel did it.
Someone just said in the chat, Cooper, don't be like Johnny Manziel.
Well, no doubt.
That's probably
but it was theoretical. Can you drink with your parents?
Right on time.
But going back to Cooper, what a great name. What a great name for the Mavs once he scores a bucket. Coop!
Could raise the flag. Poncho should become a sponsor.
Raise the flag. All of that. It's so many marketing things, so many things you can do in the arena when he scores. We have Coop. Love that.
All right, we've got the first initiative. Speaking of, hey, off topic. Brandon Aubrey threw out the first pitch yesterday for the Rangers.
Yeah, why weren't you there, Clarence?
How did it go?
Really good. He's first strike.
He didn't kick it in?
No, it was good. Miles Garrett was not good the other day. Anyway, off topic. Where would you take Cooper Flagg? Are you going to roll out the red carpet?
Well, number one.
Well, apparently to a bar. Thank you, Tanner. Tanner left.
And that's the same thing.
That's all that mattered. Tanner left. I'm good.
So let's break it down into seedings, right? The obvious choice, Mavs, takes him out to dinner. Luka's favorite spot, Dirk's favorite spot. It's gonna be Nick and Sam's, right? You got to start there.
Yeah,
you got to start there. Okay, now we can talk about other options, but the obvious spot is Nick and Sam. That's Luka's spot. That's Dirk's spot. Tony Romo's spot. Cowboy spot. It's just the athlete spot down on in Uptown. So you're gonna start with Nick and Sam's. Now, where do you go get the hookah? Because young kids do the hookah, right?
They're gonna take him for ice cream afterwards.
Well, when they go to Wednesdays, get the ice cream.
That's right. Go get him a Frosty Fusion.
But let's be real.
Mine's going down too quickly.
He's 18, 19. He's doing hookah, right? What does Luka go to get hookah?
Ooh.
Not the hookah.
Wait a minute.
Not the hookah. What does Luka get to hookah?
You're assuming that Cooper Flagg does this too?
I don't know.
Have you met 18 to 22
Do they do it at Duca?
Not ones that do the hookah, but I don't get out a lot.
The young folks do the hookah.
You think?
Abby's
the closest to the young folks.
Abby.
No.
You've never done hookah?
Never all my life.
But the young friends do it, don't they?
No.
What?
Not my friends.
They pray a lot.
You go to bars and your friends go to Bible study.
No, we just don't like any of that.
Do y'all drink?
I've seen Abby drink.
Michelle Montaigne does not do hookah.
Not to my knowledge.
I'm about to call Michelle and find
Do it right now.
Call Michelle.
Text her right now.
Good Lord.
So no, seriously. But young people, you've been to hookah bars. You've been to.
I've never been to. Never.
So none of the restaurants you've gone out to, they don't do hookah in them.
I have zero interest in that.
No. I didn't say you're interested in it, but a lot of places you go.
What places are you going to?
I wouldn't go to a place that has
hookah bars.
Yeah. Oh.
Y'all are old. There's the oldest guy here.
You're young at heart.
Most of the bars and restaurants where everybody goes, they do hookah as well as
So Nick and Sam's. Owen, where are you taking Cooper Flagg?
I mean, the cliche is you go fancy dinner, and that's probably the way they did it, right? But the cliche is to do Texas barbecue or Tex-Mex and do one of the sort of the touristic kind of things that Dallas and North Texas is known for. And, I mean, you're going to tell me that you don't take them out for a nice brisket?
Where is the question?
That's like starting a civil war here.
It is, but where?
Because I live up right on the McKinney-Frisco border. So Hutchins and I just went on Saturday to the one in Frisco, and it's phenomenal.
But if you're
down here, is it
you gotta go to Terry Black's?
What about what happened to Pecan Lodge? It's still open, right?
It's still pretty highly rated.
It's not cool anymore.
It's not cool anymore.
No, it's not cool.
Where's Terry Black's?
It's right. It's in Deep Ellum.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
it's in Deep Ellum.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
gotta go.
You've never been to Terry Black's?
I've been to Black's in Lockhart.
Yeah. It's a version of that.
Okay.
It's one of the sons.
All right.
But Terry Black's.
So this isn't a advertisement for Texas barbecue intentionally, but we did actually took the family to Hutchins this past weekend, and it was their first time going there. I swear, it was like early afternoon.
Texas
like
Twinkies?
3 o'clock. Oh, got a Texas. That was really good, by the way. I didn't need to eat again for about 36 hours.
Man.
Part of it was because I didn't take it easy. I ate everything. Tried like 5 sides, the dessert, went back for the soft serve after. It was one of those where I needed a wheelbarrow to get myself out of there. I'm pretty sure that Cooper Flagg was a little bit more disciplined with his nutrition than what I was doing.
Yeah, you know.
You're saying he's 18 years old. No, he's eating everything. You know, your eyes are bigger than your stomach. You go, I want that. I want. Yeah, but this is not even my tab. It's their guy
who left.
It's not my tab. It's their tab.
If I'm not paying,
he's already got a shoe deal with New Balance.
He's an 18.
He's got a Gatorade deal.
He has a real. He has a kid.
I didn't know they made basketball shoes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He has a kid metabolism. Number one, he's not thinking about that.
That's true, but he left Maine to go to Florida when he was a sophomore after his freshman year of high school.
He's been dealing with North
Carolina
where
I
grew
up in Maine, about an hour from my house. And so he's playing elite level high school basketball intensive stuff. He went as a 17-year-old to Duke. You think he's out there crushing Wendy's every night?
No, he's doing North Carolina barbecue.
He's smoking hookah.
He's smoking hookah. North Carolina barbecue.
All right, Jeff, where are you taking him?
I'm probably taking him to Nick and Sam's. It's where he's going to eat most of his meals anyway. So that's where I'm going to take him. Let him know this is the go-to place.
He could get a steak named after him.
He could.
I got a question. So I'm the only native Texan here?
I'm not a native Texan.
Correct.
Correct.
You know,
I'm a New Englander.
The thing about these barbecue places, they're expensive. I remember when barbecue used to be cheap.
Oh, it was
now
not cheap going out.
No, that's what I'm saying. Now because of the craft barbecue and everybody has, you know, it's expensive for brisket. You know, it's an arm and a leg to go to these. Terry Black's is expensive.
They're all expensive.
Hutch is expensive. It's expensive to eat barbecue. It didn't used to be that way.
We could go to, we'll go bring up our Fort Worth ties. We could go to Railhead for dinner from the copy desk and spend less than $10.
It used to be cheap. I don't think it's $10 anymore.
They used to have $1.50 schooners during happy hour.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yeah. I looked up a player comp, and I want to hear a reaction. We've got like a ceiling, a floor, tons of options. So the ceiling comp would be Kawhi Leonard.
What? He's going to be better than Kawhi Leonard.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, Kawhi's pretty good.
Kawhi's great. This guy's a prodigy. This guy's going to be fantastic.
He's supposed to be, but let's not act like, you know, Kawhi's chopped liver. He's going to be better than Kawhi Leonard. I mean,
he's going to be better than Kawhi Leonard.
His issues, he got hurt. But when he was, the claw?
The claw.
Okay,
right,
great.
Well, the floor
he's going to be better.
Is Lamar Odom.
He's gonna be a
He's
gonna be a druggie. He's gonna be a druggie at whorehouses. What are you talking about? He's gonna be at whorehouses in Vegas.
That's just an article.
You had to bring up Lamar Odom in front of Clarence.
That's just an article. This is an ESPN article. All right, in his prime
I hope they have defibrillators then.
Is Jason Tatum?
Is Jason Tatum better than Kawhi Leonard?
Well, I don't know really how they come up with a ceiling and then in a prime. Now. And then they have a second star comp, Scottie Pippen. They're really all over the board here.
Well, I think something to remember. He as we've mentioned, he's 18. He's not done growing.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen with him? Is he going to get a little taller?
Well,
is he going to get broader?
But the thing about these comps is they're all tall and long.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's what he is. He's tall and long. They can play multiple positions. They can defend multiple positions. That's what these guys do. And so those are the unique things about all of these comps. You know.
Yeah, I'm not real big into like what his ceiling and his floor can be in the sense that I feel like you're trying to put a player into a box that hasn't even really gotten to his own yet, as Jeff was saying. I like the comps where you say he reminds me of this type of player because they're talking more about a style. And Clarence, to your point about the length, you know, he's a large, 6'8" wing. He can endless motor,
play 2, 3,
go to
4,
the bend, go to the hole. He can play outside. He can bang bodies in the paint. And when you see that, then you start saying, okay, well, does that remind you anybody? I'm not saying that he's going to attain this level, or I mean, I think Jeff's right. This kid has the potential to be great, we'll see what happens, because there's been lots of guys that have been touted as the next big thing, and then for whatever reason, whether it's on or off the court, it doesn't go their way.
Going back to metabolism before we get to this break, the one cop I don't want him to be. We talk about eating.
Luka?
Don't want him to be Luka off the court, okay? We don't want him to be Luka off the court. We don't want him to eat his way out of shape. We want him to work out in the off season, have a great body, keep that physique tight. Don't live at the barbecue spot.
You had to go.
Okay, probably not making an every week appearance.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You know, watch your weight, buddy. Don't go and drink hookah and beer like Luka. Play like Luka. Don't eat like Luka. That's a bar.
I have no comment.
That's a bar.
All right. We're getting things rolling. The chat is blowing up. Have you guys seen the message?
No, I haven't seen it. I was going to look for it.
Saying?
Oh, pop. What aren't they saying?
A lot of stuff about
What
Lamar
aren't they saying?
before crack or after.
So the consensus is you're taking Cooper to Nick and Sam's.
What?
You're taking Cooper to Nick and Sam's.
Nick and Sam's.
Or
yes.
Wendy's.
Keep it classy.
Sam's.
Our proud sponsors. Are we doing an ad?
It's ad time.
Ad time. All right. Empire Today.
I'm up. Oh, boy. Our good friends at Empire Today. There are... hey, Clarence, why don't you turn that up a little bit?
I was trying to go to the ad. I was trying to go to YouTube.
Their Empire Today is our OG. They've been here since day one. You can kind of see some of their handiwork. If you look at this wide shot here, they're hardwood floors. They did them for us. And they're going to give you the home field advantage, home court advantage, whatever sport you want. They're going to give you the advantage because you can do this all from your home. You call them up. You schedule a free in-home estimate. Call them up. They come. They help you pick out all the stuff and match the colors and all the great things that maybe you'd struggle with and need a consultant. Well, Empire Today, that's all they do. They do floors only. So they're going to come and hook you up. And they can start the next day, which is crazy. You know, usually these things take forever, but not at Empire Today. And if you go to empiretoday.com/DLLS, empiretoday.com/DLLS, $350 off your new floors from our good friends at Empire Today.
What?
Who's up?
I think you are, Wendy's.
Oh, it's me. I'm sitting there
Wendy's.
eating my Wendy's instead of actually getting it ready.
Owen is devouring the...
Oh, are you kidding me? I'm savoring that.
The Pop-Tart Frosty.
If you love Wendy's classic Frosty flavors, we have some big news. There are all new Frosty Swirl and this one, Frosty Fusion flavors that you can get in either chocolate or vanilla. Right now, I have the Pop-Tart Strawberry. They brought us a bunch. Jeff got his, and I said, I got to go try one.
I'm doing the caramel
They have
deal.
Frosty Swirl, strawberry, brownie batter, caramel, or caramel, depending on your preference of pronunciation. Then they have the Fusions, Oreo brownie, caramel crunch, Pop-Tart strawberry, all delicious. Anyway, whatever flavor you're craving, odds are we've got a Frosty for it. So clock in for a sweet treat anytime, including midnight or later, with Wendy's all-new Frosty flavors. A refresh on a classic gotta be Wendy's at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
When I was a kid, they used to do 99-cent Frosties.
Yeah, but it wasn't that long ago that you were a kid.
No, I know, but 99 cents for a Frosty? We got one every day.
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you, right?
I remember when the value meal came out, McDonald's had the 59-cent value meal. So we'd get a 2 cheeseburger combo for $2.99 and 2 extra cheeseburgers.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, between the three of us over here, I don't know if you remember when gas was
I was about to say, is gas
was
like
$1.
like 4 cents?
I actually remember when
for
gas
Clarence.
was less, like you could get more gallons than you could
I remember
dollars.
I remember 59 cents was the cheapest I ever saw.
I feel like mine was like 96 cents or something.
I remember going to the gas station saying, "Give me $5 on 3."
So when I was in high school, so when I first started driving, my mom used to give me a $20 bill and expect change.
Right.
Go fill up the car and with a
You
20.
can't even get a sandwich at a fast food restaurant for that anymore. Hardly.
$20?
I don't know, like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you can get a meal at
Chick-fil-A's
Chick-fil-A for $20. Oh yeah,
I don't go to Chick-fil-A.
I can tell.
Well, Owen,
Definitely Wendy's.
the Stanley Cup just wrapped up.
Last night, hockey's
Stanley
done.
Cup.
Anybody watch?
The Florida
Easy.
Panthers won their second straight Stanley Cup Finals.
I'm just saying.
The NBA finals.
Don't start. We'll go at it.
Are on tonight.
Nobody was watching, according to Twitter.
No, you were at the hookah bar.
Well, nobody was watching.
Well, that's okay,
People
but we
watch
were watching.
But like,
they had the worst rating in how many years? 100 years?
No, you're just making that up now.
Canadian viewers don't count in Nielsen ratings.
What's that?
I don't think Canadian viewers count in Nielsen.
No, it's not.
The U.S. viewers
were
down.
Sportsnet.
Yeah.
U.S. viewers were down since '94.
Where's your sources on this?
I talked about it.
We saw what happens when you go to the phone.
I know.
I start playing sounds and going crazy.
This morning with a friend of mine, we were arguing about this.
Wait a minute. You had a hockey debate this morning?
Yeah, man. You just
you are a wild ride. I love it.
All right.
So,
would you rather watch a hockey game or a WNBA game?
Don't do that. WNBA. I watch it all. I watch all sports on TV.
All right.
Agreed. I would watch it all because we're completely derailing Abby's focus here. But you saw what happened with Caitlin Clark yesterday.
She got rocked.
They were throwing elbows and shoving and
yeah, I actually did see a clip.
Good. It was good.
Physical. Finally standing up. You want to talk about hockey?
Clarence,
finally standing up for your teamate.
All of that, but they did it to Jordan. I mean, people act like they did it to Jordan. I mean, she's not the first star to get hated on.
The Pistons did it to Jordan.
No, everybody did it to Jordan.
That was their entire style was we're going to beat you up on the court.
No,
everyone had Jordan rules.
No, they all did it to Jordan.
Literal book about it. So, Game 6 tonight.
Mm-hmm. No. Yes, it is Thursday. No, tomorrow. Thursday.
Tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. I was going to say,
tomorrow.
I forgot what day it was for a second.
I never know what day it is. Game 6.
Are we back to the NBA talk here? Game 6, Halliburton may not play. So that kind of changes the whole dynamic, right? I mean, that.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that the Pacers have any chance to win a game if Halliburton doesn't play?
Well,
are they
Halliburton
at home?
They're in Indiana.
They got a shot at home.
I think they have a shot because with the Pacers, like they have the X factor of supporting players. Like Pascal Siakam's averaging 20 points a game. And, sometimes Halliburton isn't the guy for them. I mean, he won the, Eastern Conference MVP. So it's not.
Siakam did.
So it's not like, if Halliburton's down that they're just out. OKC just has so much depth that anybody is going to drop 20 on any given night. J-Dub, Jalen Williams dropped 40 points the other night. And SGA's, showing up, but they also have like role players and guys off the bench.
Like I'm not trying to bash the Pacers' depth. They're a good team. There's a reason why they got to the final. But you need a guy to create his own space and score without help, right? It's not just guys that sit on the wing and shoot threes or, I was going to say post up, but nobody posts up anymore, right? We don't see that like we did when I was a kid. So for me, who's the guy that's going to be the space creator if Halliburton can't play for the Pacers? I don't know if they have that. I mean, I think Siakam's great.
McConnell?
TJ
McConnell?
It's pretty nifty.
Yeah, I don't know.
What about your guy Chet?
I hate Chet Holmgren. He's
Do you
if he's helping the Pacers score, that's a problem.
Do you want to elaborate?
Yeah, Chet went to Gonzaga, and I don't like Gonzaga at all. It's a long personal animosity that I've had because I think Gonzaga is phony, and they don't play. They just fall apart. They're just no good. And then Chet, he's so skinny, and he's just
not.
Help
that.
Yeah, he can, and he's just not. He's just not the kind of player I like. So Chet, I hate him.
All right,
Thank you.
Pop, you're quiet.
I was trying to make sure Nick had the link, and I thought I sent it to him this morning, and apparently I didn't. I sent him an empty message without the link. So
were you too busy arguing about NHL ratings?
He was calling me, and I was like, I can't talk right now. But
who's that?
I guess in the next segment,
we got
in the next segment. But I got a couple of thoughts here. Some shocking. But yeah, Halliburton needs to score. You need him. I mean, they can't win without him because he's the guy that can get his own shot. And he is the straw that stirs the drink. Yes, Siakam was the Eastern Conference MVP, but the one who sets the table is Halliburton. And one reason why they're down is because of the inconsistency. For a guy who is supposed to be the guy, he disappears.
Yeah.
And this was not him playing because if he's injured as he was in game 5, he shouldn't be on the court because he was a non-factor in Game 5. I mean, he's, 4 points? Over 6 shooting? He was on the court. He's a non-factor. So if he's injured, it don't matter because he's a non-factor. But I do want to give Rick Carlisle his flowers.
Yeah,
because I don't think that Luka ran him off. We don't really talk about the fact that Luka ran Rick Carlisle off after he won a title here. You know, we've been crying about Luka and how the Mavs did Luka. We don't really talk about how Luka did Carlisle. To be such a great coach and do what he's doing and taking 2 different teams to the finals shows you the type of coach he is, and certainly he didn't get his flowers enough in Dallas, especially.
Well, I think a guy like Rick Carlisle is a great coach, but I also think he's one of those guys that's so demanding and so hard on players.
That's why he's a great coach.
He has an expiration date, meaning that you're not going to see him stay at one spot for 15 years. I know most coaches don't.
But if it's around the same players, yes. But this wasn't the same player. This was the new players. This was Luka.
Well, but
Luka hadn't been around him long enough to have an opinion.
He was
on what a coach should be like. You just got here.
He's a franchise player.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I understand that, but you just got here,
and then they decided to trade him away.
Again,
not that we want to bring that up again.
We cry a lot about Luka,
right?
And how Luka was done. We don't talk enough about how Luka did Rick Carlisle,
who
is a great coach in his own right.
You think it's all Luka's fault? That the Mavs are worse because they let Rick Carlisle go?
See, now you're conflating 2 different conversations.
Well, no, I'm just curious.
No, it didn't say it was all Luka's fault while the Mavs are worse, if that's what we're saying.
No, because you're talking about, like, would they be better off with Rick Carlisle as their coach still?
And Luka?
Well, you can't.
Or without Luka?
I mean, if we're going to
and Luka without Luka,
the magic dust, might as well.
I'm singly focusing on the fact that Rick Carlisle is proving how good a coach he is.
Oh, I'm not arguing that at all.
And I'm singly focused on the fact that we give Luka a pass on that. We love everything else. We give him a pass on that. We cry about how the Mavs did him, and we don't really point out that he played a role in some of this.
Sure. Oh, no, I'm not arguing that that's probably the case. My thought is that not every player and coach get along, right? And that goes across any sport.
It's a players' league.
It's a players' league, and so
every league's a players' league.
And if that's not working out,
even more. Basketball can fire. They fire just like Mike Malone. Just won a title in Denver. Yeah. He's gone a couple of years later. I mean, it happens. The guy in Milwaukee took Milwaukee, small market franchise, to a title. They won a title, and he's gone a couple of years later.
Well, the Knicks just went to the damn
finals.
Knicks
went to the finals for the first time since integration. And Tibbs is out 2 days later. That's funny. My buddy Calvin Watkins is a big Knicks fan. His son's always giving crap. They said, "Dad, the Knicks haven't won since integration."
You tell Calvin you're sorry that he's a Knicks fan with all the.
He's from New York. That's
his own. He's doing his own thing.
Those New Yorkers are a whole different.
Yeah, I do.
So when's the last time the Knicks won the title? Was it
73?
So
Willis Reed. Yeah, it was.
Oh my God!
It was right after integration, I guess. But it's all the same.
It's been a long time.
it's
before I was born.
It's been a long time. But I mean, the finals have been fun. I mean, people have been talking about.
The finals are fun. It's competitive basketball, which I enjoy.
Yeah,
I wish I would have gone to Game 7. Like realistically, it's probably ending tomorrow, but it will be just probably a bittersweet finals for the Mavs fans, because if SGA wins MVP of the league and then potentially MVP of the finals, I mean, the Mavs were just here a year ago, and I was covering the finals.
But they didn't win.
I know.
And he's Canadian. That's
I know, but they also didn't get a chance to run it back.
And what's also true is this: Oklahoma City's not going away, unlike the Mavs. They're a young team. They're deep.
What about
They're
the Cowboys
youngest
in
team in the
playoffs
league
last year? Chill.
What about them? They didn't make the playoffs.
Exactly.
They haven't won since '95.
Exactly.
So what are you saying?
Right after integration.
That was integration '95.
No, Chill's just taking shots. So
I know, but I'm just saying, though, OKC, they win it. They're here to stay. They're gonna have staying. Unlike Boston, they're gonna have some staying.
OKC is gonna be good for a really long time.
They're gonna have some staying power. It's a
very young,
deep, long team.
Agreed.
They play great defense. And they still got all those damn draft picks coming from the Paul George trade, which is my other biggest criticism from the Luka trade. It's one thing to trade Luka. It's another thing to not get nothing for him. And you consider what OKC got with Paul George. You see what
the Magic
Orlando got for Bane, 4 first-round picks. And what did the Mavs get? They got some popcorn?
I don't know.
Peanuts and Cracker Jack?
Guy was playing before integration?
Yeah, guy was playing before integration.
We will continue the conversation. We have a special guest joining us, so stick around.
Very special guest.
Very special guest. Stick around. I'm going to tell you about Shady Rays because it is bright. It is bright and sunny now. I saw Rads at the fields yesterday. I was at the Rangers game, and he had a Shady Rays. So good indoor and outdoor if you need them. But Shady Rays are reliable, they're dependable, and they are durable and affordable. All the ables. So they have just so many selections that you can choose from. They have team color options. So Rangers wear a really cool powder blue jersey on Sundays. So if you wanted to, you could support powder blue pair of sunglasses with Shady Rays. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. So if you lose them or something happens, they will be able to replace them, or you can return them. So you can use the code DLLS for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try it yourself today with Shady Rays.
Are you ready?
You got your ad, Clarence?
There's no way.
It's my ad. I'm sitting doing this to Nick. You got me before we go.
I'm ready for you, Clarence.
Lord.
I knew.
No, it wasn't even about that. He wanted me to email it to him instead of
Facebook it to him.
Just remember to
he wanted me to email it to
just
him.
remember to put your mic so we can actually hear you.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'm used
Rugged
to Lugs. This
Rugged
is easy.
Road is dedicated to creating innovative and a durable outdoor
It's happening.
gear for adventure. You're not going to mess me up, Jeff. You're not going to. I got you.
God,
Durable
They're
outdoor gear for adventurers who demand the best, like DLLS. Our products are designed with the highest quality materials and craftsmanship, ensuring they perform in the toughest conditions, whether you're on land or water. Rugged Road gear is built to accompany you on any and every adventure. And one unique feature about Rugged Road coolers is their ability to always float upright, and you never lose a drink. I don't know if you guys have ever floated the river.
I never have.
If you never gone tubing,
seems gross.
Float the river, go tubing, get that Rugged Road, put it in a tube, drink your drinks. I know you want Kool-Aid, but if you want beer or something else, you can put it in the cooler. It's a lightweight design. It's a heavy-duty Rugged Road cooler, but it's a lightweight design, okay? So do that.
RuggedRoadOutdoors.com/DLS for 10% off.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Finish it up.
Good job. It's like okay, so NBA on TNT, they no longer that anymore. And I was scrolling through Twitter the day that they were shutting down the show. Great clips. And then Shaq read an ad read. And they clapped and made a big deal about it. And Charles Barkley was like, "Why are y'all clapping?
Right.
All he just did is read."
I saw that.
And
that was
then
funny.
Charles tried to do it, and he couldn't do it.
Because he can't read. He's from Auburn.
Hey, he's about 10 minutes from my hometown.
He's from, exactly. Alabama education.
Oh,
Clarence, I take that personally.
I'm sorry, but you're smart.
Here
you went
we
to
go.
Samford.
Good Lord.
He went to Auburn. You went to Samford.
Auburn's a great
Hey,
do you think
Clarence
Charles
went to Schulenburg High School?
Yes, but went to University of Texas.
University of Texas.
But you went to Samford. You think Charles went to class at Auburn?
Don't talk about War Eagle.
No. And one thing also on the ad reads before we get to Nick.
Wait,
you have to practice them. You just can't read them cold. It's like anything. You know, guys
Did you
on
practice
TV.
yours?
I tried to, but I was talking to Nick. Yeah, so
Okay.
you don't just read them cold.
Hey, Nick who? Who's our guest?
Yeah. tell the great people.
Oh, he's coming. The legendary Nick Van Axel is coming on, former Mavs player, former Lakers player.
Does he know we have a 12 o'clock show?
Yeah, he should. Let's go.
Okay.
He said jumping on. He just sent me a text. He told me to email it.
Is he like you with technology?
He's an old guy. Come on, man.
He's older than me, but not as old as Clarence. He's my sister's age.
Listen, he's a Milwaukee.
He won the rookie award before I was born.
Before you were born.
Where did he? I know he went to Cincinnati.
He's a Wisconsin kid. He went to Cincinnati, played at Trinity Valley in Texas, then went to Cincinnati. Played JUCO here.
Yeah, because he only had 2 years at Cincinnati.
Yeah, so we're waiting patiently for Nick to come on.
If you have questions for Nick,
he went to the Final
chat.
Four. There was the first year of the Fab Five. So Duke whipped their butt in the final game, but Michigan beat Cincinnati by 2.
You know, we were talking about Bobby before the show. You know, he played with the Mavs, and you know, And Bobby said that Dirk really respected Nick. And he said he taught him a lot about being professional and doing things like that. So he only played 2 years here, but he still makes his home here.
Yeah.
You know, he stayed here.
How do you have this connection?
I know people in the city.
Boy, that is shady mysterious, isn't it?
I know people in the city. We do a little podcast together as well, but I know him. You know, I know people in the city. I mean, you know, I've been here a while.
Clarence Hill.
I've been in Dallas. I mean, football, basketball. You know.
What did you get introduced as? The guy that asked the second question.
What year his All-Star year was and what team he was with? Because he has a one-time All-Star.
I would say it's the Lakers, but
it is with the Lakers.
Yeah.
Any guesses on the year?
I do not.
2002.
1997 and 98.
I was close.
And how old were you then?
Just born.
You were just born?
That's right.
Yep.
So you missed all the Cowboys Super Bowl titles. You like my kids.
Sure.
Waiting for Jeff to make a joke about Clarence like hitching up the horse and buggy.
You like my kids?
I'm really on the integration
my kids
thing
were
now.
born after.
I was trying not to go back to that. That's his joke.
My kids were born after the Cowboys won the titles. They've never seen the Cowboys be winners.
There's an entire generation of
I'm not from here, so I don't have this loyalty.
Yeah, but you don't know anything about America's team like them being. They really were a championship franchise. You wouldn't know that.
I've seen documentaries.
Yes, exactly. You seen YouTube.
Here we go.
So what?
He's popping in.
What's your career record as Mavs beat writer or as Cowboys beat writer?
I would say it's probably about 500.
Still
4 playoff wins.
Okay.
All right. Any questions that you guys have for Nick? Put them in the chat. We will try to get.
It's not coming in. There he is.
There you go.
Come on, man.
Hello. Nick,
go ahead.
Thanks so much for taking the time to do this. Welcome into the show.
What's going on?
We apologize. This isn't the regular Mavs crew, but
you got your boy Clarence here.
Clarence is going to take it away.
What's that? This is the legendary Nick Van Axel, former Laker, former coach, former Maverick. Certainly got his Cincinnati Bearcat uniform on. We a shirt on. We were just talking about that you lost to Duke in the Final Four.
They lost to Michigan.
Michigan in the Final Four, the Fab 5 year. You know, back in the day. He also has his own podcast, Quick Out the Blocks. So you could catch that on YouTube. And why you laughing?
What's Quick Out the Blocks, Clarence?
I'm sorry, I keep doing that. Quick to the point. I'm a track guy. I keep saying quick out the block. Quick
Clarence,
to the point.
Clarence, I was a point guard. It's pretty simple. I was a point guard.
He's a point guard. Being a point guard.
Quick to the blocks would mean he was a post player.
Right. Being a point. My bad. I keep doing that. Quick to the point. Let's talk about Halliburton and SGA in the finals. And what's your impressions of what's going on? Should Halliburton play? Can he play? Will it make a difference at this point?
Oh man, I mean, he has to play. This is it. You got to get a shot, whatever it is. You got to tape it up a little bit tighter. You have to play right now. I mean, this is it. This could be a career-defining moment. You know, you never know when you can get back to that point. You know, I played for a couple teams that made it to the conference finals, and you think as a player, well, shit, we'll be back next year or the year after. Don't happen like that. You know, teams regroup, teams get better. Your team could, be better or be worse the next season, and you never know what may happen. So he has to play unless he just can't walk. You know, you got to give it a try. I saw a guy by the name of Isaiah Thomas in the final hobble on one ankle. And when I say hobble, I mean hobble. You know, you got to give it a shot. I think he's that good. I think he's still a threat when he's on the court for his team. So knowing the kind of player that he's been shown to be, I think he's going to give it a shot, though.
Hey, Nick, when you were watching, I'm sure you were watching Game 5 and looking that Halliburton just didn't have the same impact because of the injury, and they limited him to 4 points. And when you take away somebody's primary space creator, it really does make a huge impact. I mean, I don't have to tell you about the importance of a point guard, clearly, but when you look at the Pacers lineup and what they have, if he gets shot up and he's trying to go tomorrow, but he just doesn't have his usual explosiveness, what can they do to try to cover for that?
Well, I mean, I think their bench is pretty decent. I think if he gives it a shot and he can't go, TJ McConnell is more than willing to step in and fill that void for him. It won't be the same, but TJ McConnell has his own type of game that really helps the Pacers, and most of the time it's with that second unit, and he would be thrust into an earlier role if that happens. And the game is different when you're starting as opposed to playing against bench guys. It's a total different ball game. And I think TJ is a veteran. He's been around long enough to understand that. And then they have Nembhard, who's very capable of creating shots. I don't know if he's capable of creating shots for others as well as Halliburton. So it'll be tough if Halliburton is not 85 to 90% tomorrow. It'll be tough for Indiana. They got to figure out ways to get that offense going, because we all know that most championship teams, they have that one person who you can give the ball to. That's okay. Here you go, Shai. Go get us something. Indiana doesn't have that, and that's a thing that's showing right now. In this series is you got to have that one guy that can go out and get you a bucket, and of course Halliburton is the one that always sets the table for everybody else, but it's going to be tough without Halliburton.
Nick, the Mavs have the first pick. Let's talk about that kid from Duke. What do you like about Cooper Flagg, about his game? What can he offer to the Mavericks? And if you were playing with the team now, what would you be excited about, him kind of becoming a part of this organization?
Man, I think Cooper's got it, and what I like most about it is that he's going to be a number one pick that's going to a really good team. And you don't see that a lot. You don't see a number one pick going to a championship contender team. And once these guys get healthy, talking about Kyrie, once he gets healthy and you have a full table, and Cooper is able to learn, and digest everything from AD, from Kyrie, Klay Thompson. Being a rookie and being that good as Cooper Flagg, who I think he's going to be really good. It may not be really good right away, but he's going to be really good at some point. To learn and get all these vitamins from those guys I just named, it's a plus for the Mavs, and it's a plus for Cooper as well.
Is there a difference? Somebody in the chat asked they'd be interested to know the difference of playing in LA versus playing in Dallas.
Yeah, it's a difference.
Right.
Of course, it's a difference. Just from a Clarence Hill standpoint, right? The media in LA is going to be a lot more rougher on you than they are in Dallas. That's from just after the game. You're going to get a little bit more tougher questions. You're going to be a little bit more upset at the media guys, the Clarence Hills of the world. And in Dallas, they kind of sugarcoat it a little bit. It's not as rough as LA, and once Luka went there, that's one thing I told everybody. I said this is going to be the biggest difference. Is two things. Is of course the championship. The history of LA is about winning a championship. That's the difference from here in Dallas, and the media, the scrutiny that you're going to get on a bigger scale. So it's a big difference. And I know he's probably talking about the streets of LA and the streets of Dallas. Yeah, that's a difference too.
That's different too. I'm glad you brought that up, and I want to make a point of order. He's talking about the Mavericks media, not the Cowboys media. He's talking about the basketball media, not the football media. By being a little softer. I'm just being. If we're gonna be honest about this, we love the Mavs. I mean, all the media loves the Mavs. They hard on the Cowboys.
I tell you what,
we treat the Mavs with a little softer gloves. But can you just talk about your time in Dallas and you made your home in Dallas? Why you like Dallas? Dirk has told one of our coworkers that you're one of the guys that he respected. You can talk about also your relationship with Dirk.
Yeah, it's crazy because at the time I was in Denver, and we was just going through a bad stretch because Antonio McDyess got hurt, and I had bone spurs in both my elbows. I was beat up, and I was just tired of losing. I was there for like 3.5 years, and I was just like, I need out. I need a fresh start. I need a break. And I mean, when I tell you at the 11th hour, my agent called and says, "Do you want to go to Dallas?" Hell yeah, I want to go. Of course, I want to go. Dirk, Steve, and Finn. Yes, like let's go. So they made the trade, and I mean, even before I got to Dallas, it was a difference because they had got the arena, and then when you look in the lockers, they had the PlayStations, the video games. It was just, and guys never played that shit, but it was just the point that they were trying to do something to make the players feel at home, make them feel comfortable. So when they sent us a plane to Denver. So I think it was me, Avery Johnson, Popeye Jones, Rayful LaFrance, and Tariq Abdul-Wahab. And they sent us a plane. So we're all on the plane. And on the goddamn plane, we watching the Mavs play the Boston Celtics. so we're in the air headed to Dallas. So like when you talk about all of the things you want as a player and to be comfortable and to feel like, I'm going to a beautiful place that's all about winning. That was the first step in it, right? And so once we land in Dallas, they take us to the arena and they showed us on the big screen and the crowd just went crazy. I mean, it just made you feel like, yes, like, because I always say it's two NBAs. It's the NBA that's the playoff NBA, and then you got teams that don't make the playoffs. Like, that's a miserable feeling when you never make the playoffs. And when you have a chance to win something, the notch goes up 100%. So just being around the big three that they had, Mike, Steve, and Dirk, man, it was great. Dirk and Steve, two superstars that never acted like superstars, just real humble guys. My first road trip, back then, you would get messages on your hotel phone. The red light would be blinking. So my red light is blinking. So I'm like, who the hell is going on? Who. And so I pick up the phone and click the message. And this freaking Dirk and Steve on there playing the guitar, singing to me. I'm like, you weirdos. it was just them welcoming me to the team. When I was in Denver, I got to shoot the ball anytime I wanted to. And here I knew my world was going to change. But that was just to let me know, like, look, be yourself. And both of those guys were superstars along with Finn. They just always told me, just be yourself. And then, of course, Nelly used to get mad at me when I didn't shoot and snatch me out the game. But it was great, man. That year and a half I had here was great because it felt like home. Like we did a lot of things together as a group. And, I got a chance to see a young Dirk, grow and mature. So had a great time.
Well, last question before we let you go. You were drafted in the second round. You had a very lengthy 13 years in the league. If you had any advice for future second round draft picks that want to make a name for themselves in the league, what would you say?
Yeah, it's not where you get drafted. I can promise you that. It's definitely not where you get drafted. You just got to have the right opportunity, be in the right place at the right time. And when you get that opportunity, take advantage of it. A lot of second round players who I think probably could have made it in the league, didn't because they weren't in the right situation. So whenever you get an opportunity to go out there and play, take advantage of it. I tell guys all the time, guys that come off the bench or guys that get limited minutes, they want more minutes. They want to play. They want to start. Man, your minutes are your minutes. So being in the second round and you're playing 10 minutes a game, you make the best out of those 10 minutes that you can so the coaches can see you. And in practices, you want the coaches to see you, want eyes on you. So it's all about being in the right place at the right time. Don't even worry about where you've been selected. Just go in there and do your thing.
Hey, I did have one question for you with your Cincinnati shirt.
Just one question? Damn, it's like that.
How often are you talking to Bob Huggins, or when's the last time you talked to him, and how's he doing?
Bob is doing a lot better, man. I talked to him about a couple months ago. He's doing good, man. He had his struggles, but he's a fighter, man. He's a fighter, and He's letting his hair grow, trying to look like Willie Nelson, but he's doing good, man. He's doing good. He got off the alcohol, so I'm happy for Coach.
Yeah.
Real quick before we let you go, Cooper's here on the draft visit. And we've talked before about your draft visits. And just talk about the draft visits and going to visit City before the draft. Because you probably should have been a first-round pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened on your draft visit?
Huh?
Hey, can you talk about your draft visit? How important those are?
Which one?
How about
you just talking about in general, or you talking about?
You can general, but you can go specific one. But in general, let's talk about.
Oh man, so I'm doing a little agency right now, Code Sports Group. So we have a guy that's doing workouts right now, and so the thing is, man, you want to go in and you want to stand out. A lot of guys now. I wouldn't say now. In general, they just kind of fit in and go with what's everything that's going on. Go with the flow, kind of a thing. And what I would tell a player once they go into these workouts is try to stand out, not in a negative way, not in a loud, boisterous way, but a good team way, whether it's making extra shots, whether it's pumping up the other guys that are in the workouts with you, speaking the right way, coming in there looking professional, showing you ready to work before and after practice. Stand out from the other guys that are there working out with you, because they're looking at everything. And most of the time, it's not even about basketball, because they already know everything about you on the basketball court. So it's the little small things. So just try to stand out.
What did you tell George Karl?
Next one about to be a cool down, Coach.
Hey, man, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for Nick. Your time, man.
Appreciate y'all.
Hit them golf balls. I know you're going to play golf.
Oh, Lord.
All right, we got to do a quick ad read, don't we?
We do.
Jeff, are you writing any fun articles?
I don't know if they're fun. It's never fun when the Rangers players are hurt or the team is losing. They lost last night, but you could read all about it. If you're a diehard, Clarence is kind of in the off-season mode here. But there's always something to write about the Cowboys.
I got a couple of things I say. I'm a veteran. I say some things.
That's right.
To pop during the summer. We're going to pop some stuff out. We're going to pop out before training camp.
What about your trip to Vegas? Any promo there?
I mean, we're going to Vegas. Come with the Mavs. I mean, the Mavs. I'm on the Mavs show. Cowboys show. We're going to Vegas to Cowboys game. We're hang out with Pop and the Doodoo Queen. Gonna be in Vegas. That's Jesse Holly. If you guys don't know.
I looked at your itinerary. It says free time on the Strip.
It's free time on the
Strip.
With
you.
I just want to ask you guys something. We've been arguing on our show because they're advertising to the fans who join the trip that it's all inclusive. What does all inclusive mean to you? Because I'm thinking that's free food, free drink.
I think it means like access to you guys. I don't think it means free food.
But I feel like there's
when you go on a boat,
a cruise all inclusive, or
that's
a
everything.
resort?
If you say all inclusive, it means food, beverages, hotel,
all
your accommodations.
That's what all inclusive means to me. Jeff doesn't think it means that.
I just don't know, and I don't want to get in legal trouble.
There's Jeff doing his favorite Kevin Gray impression over there.
Looking like the man from Home Alone.
Hey,
anyway, it's gonna be a fun time, and if you're a diehard, you get 20% off. Just invest to become a diehard right there for the savings on the trip.
You get your free T-shirt.
And you get the free T-shirt.
I went and spent. This was on sale. It's a Luka shirt because I like to troll the Mavs a little bit.
There were comments about that, by the way.
I bet there were.
Chat.
Yeah, I've actually got.
Luka's gone. Can we let it go?
No, we absolutely can't.
Can we move the page? Turn the page?
Are you completely
not
heartless?
Till next Wednesday.
I'm not heartless. That's what I'm talking about.
No, we can't.
How
let
Luka
it go.
did.
It is too
Rick
soon.
Carlisle. Rick Carlisle's the one in the finals.
Ask the chat. It is way too soon to move on.
But I think Wednesday you start moving on.
Next Wednesday.
Not today.
Not today. We
next
move
Wednesday.
on.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
There you
I don't know if that was a great ad read or not.
DLLS diehard read. Sign up today.
So we thought it would be fun to play a little trivia. I'm going to preface
I love
this
trivia.
And remind everybody: Jeff covers the Rangers, Clarence covers the Cowboys, Owen covers the Stars.
We own the Rangers, Cowboys, and Stars. Let's be honest about this.
Yes.
So we're going to do some Mavs trivia.
And we own the Mavs. We'll say Mavs too.
Well, yeah. Well, she was announcing it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What were the Dallas Mavericks named after? Do you want multiple choice?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need multiple choice.
Broadway musical, a short story, a novel, or a TV show?
TV show. Maverick.
TV show, The Maverick.
Correct. The 1957 6-62
James Garner, right?
That was not before integration.
James Garner.
It was right around there.
That was not before integration.
I don't
I
know.
would not
It was
expect Abby
close.
to have watched the TV show Maverick.
Actually, I watched it with my papa.
Come on.
I love old TV.
Nice.
TV
Wow.
Land's my favorite.
TV Land?
TV Land is the place.
You watching the Brady Bunch?
Yeah,
Beverly
Brady, Andy Griffith,
Beverly Hillbillies?
Beverly Hillbillies, all the TV
Come
shows.
on, Ellie Mae. Come on through, Ellie Mae.
I like old
The
school
Ellie
TV.
Mae.
Okay, who was the first Dallas Maverick to have his jersey number retired? Do you want multiple choice?
You don't want my answer.
Brad Davis, who they had on the show yesterday.
I was gonna say Brad Davis.
You don't want my
Rolando
answer.
Wait a minute.
Blackman,
Was he on yesterday?
Mark
I thought
Aguirre,
Roe
or
was here
Derek
yesterday.
Carter?
The answer is Brad
No,
Davis.
Rolando Blackman
The
was on
answer is
yesterday.
Brad Davis.
It's Brad.
He should not have his number retired, but you don't want my opinion on this.
It was in 1992.
Average player should not have his numbers retired.
Yeah, but he's like a long-time servant
He's
of the
an average
franchise.
player.
Which
A
Maverick
jag.
is the youngest player in NBA history to record 3 triple-doubles? Mark Aguirre, Luka Doncic, Dirk, Jason Kidd.
What's the question again?
Youngest player in NBA history to record 3 triple-doubles.
Just 3?
It's Luka.
Luka's always the one for triple doubles.
It's Luka.
Although
Always
I'm
Luka.
moving on. I'm going to say Mark
I'm not.
Aguirre.
I'm sticking
Who
with
Definitely
was-
wasn't Mark Aguirre because he wasn't
That's
passing
very
the ball.
current of you.
He was not passing the ball. And it was
Who-
before integration.
Was the first Dallas Maverick to win league MVP? Do you want multiple choice?
No.
You know?
It's inherent.
No, it's
Who is
Steve
it?
Nash.
No, he did not win it in Dallas.
He didn't win MVP in Dallas?
No.
Oh,
He's not
well,
even an
shit, I'm
option.
sorry.
Come on. It's easy. It's Dirk.
It's Dirk.
All right.
In the 2006 and 7 season, he shot a career best 50% from the field. 24 points per game.
All right.
Who holds the franchise single record for assists? Steve Nash, Derek Harper, Brad Davis, Jason Kidd.
Single season?
Yeah.
Single
Single
season.
season record for
Oh, okay. I was
assists.
going to say if his
Well, I'm
career
going to
can't
go
have
Steve
been
Nash.
Yeah.
Nash for single?
Single season has to be Luka.
He's not an option
Oh, he's not an option.
on this. Jason Kidd
Oh, Jason
Kidd,
Kidd.
yeah.
All right.
set a Maverick record with 783 assists.
Do you remember when Kidd and Jimmy Jackson used to fight over a woman? Have you heard that story?
Boy, that was early in my.
I might
Tony
have to Google
Braxton.
it.
Tony Braxton.
I was still in college, I think,
Kidd and Jimmy Jackson fought over Tony Braxton
Okay.
and that team was.
back in the 90s. Seriously.
All right. Take your word for it.
Google it.
Which Maverick holds the NBA record for most consecutive
He wasn't
free
born
throws
yet.
made in an NBA playoff game?
What are our choices?
Dirk, Rowe, or Mark Aguirre?
I know it ain't Luka because he can't shoot free throws.
Are you shacking him?
He's moving on, is what he's doing.
He
Clearly.
can't shoot free throws. He's a bad free throw shooter.
If you handle the ball, you got to shoot free throws.
Game 1 of the 2011
What was the answer to the previous question?
Western Conference
Oh, it was
Finals.
Dirk?
Dirk.
It was Dirk.
He scored 48 points against OKC.
What was the free throws?
24.
He made 24 free throws?
Consecutive free throws made.
God dang. How
Dirk
do you
can
get
shoot that
how do you get
thing.
to the line that many times?
Foul.
Because they weren't shooting threes like they do now.
Because
Last
that
but-
one-legged thing.
Last but not
fade.
least, who did the Mavericks defeat to win their first NBA championship title?
That sorry-ass LeBron James.
The Heat.
You mean the only one?
The only.
The only
first and only.
Okay.
only
Yeah.
championship.
Well, all right.
The only 2 times they've been to championship, they played the Heat.
All right. It's the Miami Heat. Well, we had fun today. We hope you guys did. Chat may agree or disagree.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was fine. I mean, it was a nice break. I don't
Got
know.
a frosty out of it.
I don't think I properly acquitted myself in my basketball knowledge, though I'm more of a college guy, college basketball
Which is
guy.
why you asked about Bob Huggins, because you're a college guy.
Exactly.
Which is
And
why you asked-
I was going to bring up that I don't think Cooper Flagg is going to be like the previous tall white forwards from Duke, like Christian Laettner and
he has
Mark Allery and
he has athletic ability.
Jay Billis, because he can play a little bit. Yeah.
He's just not a hype from Duke.
Don't let the Duke thing shoot you down here. I think
this dude can
Cooper's
play.
going to be pretty good.
Mavs have a lot of Duke guys on their roster.
And if Nick Van Axel likes him, then I like him.
All right. Well, that is it.
Big thanks to Nick Van Axel for
it's pretty awesome.
Sure. Good job.
Showing up to this
Nick
S show.
The quick.
What's the name of his show?
Quick to the point. What's the quick to the point part?
To the paint.
Quick to the paint. Quick to the point. Quick out the block. Quick to the point.
Quick to the point.
All right. Well, thanks for hanging out on the DLLS Mavs podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.